Old Testament in the days of Joshua is when they were going into the promised land. That at that time, how excited those people must have been. Now, Brother Branham, he talks, and we're going to talk a little bit about those types. That it is that he said that those people, how that they were getting ready to go into that promised land, how excited those people must have been. I mean, they've been wandering around in the desert for 40 years. Wandering around and around and around, just going around. They had heard about this promised land. They heard what it was going to be like, and milk and honey and all these things. And they couldn't wait to get into it. But they had to do something first. They had to prove themselves. They got rid of that generation. But when it came time, there was one obstacle that prophet tells us about that stood in their way. He says that one big barrier that stood in their way. And he says that before that they went in and destroyed that city and went on, it was the biggest obstacle that stood in their way. He had to do something first. They had to look for a tape church. That's what God was looking for. Amen. He said that they did, that he sent his spies in there to find out if there was a tape church in there. And he had to find out if there is one, he'd save them. And so they found out that there was a tape church in there. And everybody that came inside of that church and believed that word, he saved. And everything else, he destroyed. Well, now in this time, he's come again looking for a tape church. Excited. We're going to a promised land. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. Praise the name of the Lord. Father has confirmed to us in this 2017 exactly who we are. It's become more and more real to us. It's become that we've talked about how it goes from inside of your mind, where it goes down inside of your heart. Do you feel that way? I am so happy for that. But we were just talking in the office a few minutes ago that it's such a paradox that I feel so high, but the devil has beat me up trying to so low. Is anybody else feeling that out there? We talked about, I don't think, the battles that I've been going through. And it reminds me of what Brother Branham said. He said that when darkness is pushing against light, he says that's when it becomes the very darkest. And when the sun, right before it comes up, right before the coming of the Lord, that's when that light is, that darkness is pushing against light. And I believe that's the time that we're living in. Amen. But the bride is what has happened to us. We have been quickened. Amen. Oh, I love that word. And we've been quickened by what? By the stimulation, by revelation of the manifestation of the Son of Man again in our day. Amen. Amen. Praise the name of the Lord.